Hey YouTube, how you doing? Alan back once again with another in my series of fidget spinner reviews. And this might kind of look a little familiar to you. What I have today is the Quasar Halo from Fidget HQ. And this little baby is a lot of fun. This is one that I am going to go out right now and I'm going to tell you, get you one. If you can get out there and pick one of these up, you will not be disappointed. I was never really big into the finger spinner scene, but I saw this one out there and it was a decently priced ring spinner, so I figured what the heck, I will give this thing a try since it comes with a set of buttons, so it can it can double as a regular tri spinner. So once I got this thing, I started playing with it and I have just become addicted. So it's a lot of fun. It's a great spinner. A little noisy, but it does have upgrades you can do to it, and it also has trit slots as well where you can customize it and make it your own. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and we'll take this thing down to the tabletop and we'll break it down, and we'll do that right now. All right, let's take a quick peek at this. This is a very, very fun spinner, the Quasar Halo ring spinner, and this is my very, very first experience with a ring spinner, and I am already addicted. So if you do not have one of these yet, this is definitely going to be a review you really want to watch, and really think about picking one of these up, because I, for the longest time, really had no desire to get one. I saw this one. I liked the design of it. I liked the design of the Quasar and the Tri-Quasar, and the design really caught my eye, so I said, what the heck, let's go ahead and grab one and see what it's all about. Of course, it comes in a Fidget HQ, regular tin, stainless steel, and this one here is one that I have ordered the buttons along with it. Now you can order this spinner without the buttons, so you just get the ring spinner itself, but it's just a couple extra bucks. So I went ahead and ordered the buttons with it. That way it will be like getting two spinners in one. Obviously you get a small tri spinner, and at the same time you'll get yourself a ring spinner. Probably one of the first things I noticed about this spinner when I got it and I cracked it open is there's a little bit of a ring to it, and I guess from what I've heard, that's kind of standard with the bearings that come in these things. I guess it's like a 6703 or something like that. It's a huge bearing, so obviously it has to accommodate your finger going through it, so it has to be a bigger bearing. But I did notice that there is a distinct ring to it when you're spinning it. So that's something you might want to keep in mind. I know they sell an upgrade kit with a different kind of a bearing retainer system, which is what this is, that's underneath the buttons, and a different bearing for it. So you can upgrade it, and apparently it makes it a little bit smoother. So that's something to keep in mind. Now this spinner is just absolutely beautifully machined, nicely brushed. No big gigantic machining marks on it or anything. It almost looks like a satiny kind of a brushed kind of finish. This one here is the model with the cuts for your tritium vials, and along with the openings on the ends there, so your tritiums will glow through that. It does come without those, so if you want the solid version, that is also available as well. As a regular tri spinner, a standard tri spinner, this thing is just fantastic to spin. It's absolutely beautiful. But everybody buys these. The people that buy these ring spinners buy these just for that reason. They want to use it as a ring spinner. You can see the buttons on it are very, very nice and concave. Has a little cutout all the way around toward the end of the button. They're nicely chamfered, very, very comfortable, very, very large. Apparently these are 22 millimeter buttons, so definitely got room to grip it for sure. I kind of like the ringing kind of feedback this thing gives, the sound. It there are just some bearings that I just like the sound of, and this is definitely one. Now, if you're using this in the ring spinner configuration, remember that, of course, your fingers in there, you're going to have, you know, dead skin and oils from your hands that are basically in contact with the bearing. So this is a bearing that requires a little bit more maintenance and cleaning, just so you can keep it clean and keep it working well for you. So yeah, that's just a beautiful design, nice cutouts, very, very comfortable, no hot spots. I want to get a weight on it right now while I have the buttons on it, so you can get an idea what it weighs with the buttons, and then of course we will weigh it again after I have the buttons out. So with the buttons, you're looking at about 66 grams, so kind of keep that in mind. With the buttons, it's a little bit heavier. Obviously, these are solid stainless steel buttons, and I'm going to go ahead and take those off right now just so we can get a peek down inside. And these are, once you get them going, they're pretty easy to take off, but they seem to tighten up pretty well. So, and the threads on these things are very, very fine. So we'll take those out. I'll let you take a look at the buttons real quick. Very nicely done. See the big post inside and the threaded part there that goes together with it. But like I said, this is a ring spinner. Most people buy it for that purpose. I like the regular fidget spinner kind of version of this. That's why I ordered the buttons with it. So there she is without the buttons on it. As you can see, the bearing around there, and it does have two retaining rings on either side, which is where your finger fits in there. And like I just said a minute ago, you can see that your finger is in there making contact. You might have dead skin cells, you might have oil or something on your hands, and they are in very, very close proximity to the bearing itself. So cleanliness is definitely going to be something that you really need to keep on top of. Now, I'm not going to pull these retaining rings off, but it is held in by 3 very, very small screws. And 2 more items that came with this spinner I'm going to show you real quick, because I didn't show you at the beginning. It came with, it came with a pouch, actually 3 more things. It came with a little cleaning cloth, and it came with this little tiny screwdriver and an extra set of screws to replace in here if you need to. You can see them up close. The small screws and the screwdriver, the cleaning cloth, the pouch, which is the same pouch that came with the Quasar with the little the Fidget HQ logo there on the bottom. And so you get a couple little extra goodies with it. And this spinner also has an upgrade kit available for it. You can upgrade to a different smoother bearing, like I said. And these retaining rings are brass, I believe, on that kit. So if you want to get that maybe that two-tone look, that would be a very, very nice extra kit. I believe it's like $13 or something like that for the bearing and the brass retaining rings for that. So there's your peek there. I'm not going to tear this thing apart and take the bearing out of it. It would make for definitely a very, very long video. But just let me tell you that this, like I said, this is my first experience with a ring spinner, and this thing has been nothing short of awesome. I find it very, very hard to put it down. Very, very easy to fidget. Both fingers, you can go both ways with it. You can use your thumb to spin it there. And this is something you really don't have to look at. You can sit around, watch TV. You can fidget while you're driving. I mean, this thing is absolutely way cool. I'd really never given ring spinners much thought. I remember when the Loophole came out, there was a lot of hype over it, and I guess I just did not get on that bandwagon. And then, of course, Fidget HQ came out with this version here, and it's reasonably priced, under $50, and solid stainless steel, very, very nice. Smooth, has some nice audio feedback to it, which I like, and I just think it is a fantastic spinner. I must say I am definitely hooked. Let me go ahead and give you a weight on this thing. Let's get a weight without the buttons, and let this thing reset. And you're looking at about 36.5 grams, so it's not real super heavy. It's something you can very, very easily hide in your pocket, keep it on your finger, and very, very easy to spin, very easy to fidget. You can change, fingers with it. You use your thumb, whatever you want to use. It is a very, very nice and interesting spin experience for sure. I definitely love this thing. But like all the other spinners I have, what I think I want to do now is I want to take this thing outside. I want to put a little sunlight to it and see what little bit of a warp we can get out of it. It is kind of, the arms are very, very tight and close to the body on this thing. Almost has a dab kind of a look to it. Very nice spin effect when it spins, though. It is a good looking piece for sure. Fidget HQ did an outstanding job with this one. So let's go ahead and take this baby outside, and then when I come back, I'll give you my final thoughts on the Quasar Halo ring spinner. So stay tuned. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that portion of the video. Warp sections are always a lot of fun to do, and this spinner here, it just does not disappoint. Any way you look at it, it is a lot of fun. It's very, very fidgetable. I don't know, it takes fidget spinning to a whole new level. I think everybody should have one of these somewhere in their arsenal for sure. Makes a great everyday carry kind of spinner. Very easy to use, and it's great. It's got so many different ways to use it. Use it when you're driving. It's just so simple to use that it's pretty much a no-brainer that everybody should have one of these. So that being said, what I'll do is I'll leave a link down below in the description where you can go out to Fidget HQ and pick one of these up. You will not be disappointed. I see a lot of these people talking about these out there on the Daily Fidget as well as Spin Space. I know they're getting a lot of love, and very, very deservedly so. So what I think I'll do is, like I said, I'll leave that link down below. Also, there's a like button down there. Be sure to hit that for me. I would greatly appreciate that. I'll leave a subscription button up in the corner here along with a couple of other videos for you to take a peek at. I'd appreciate you doing that. And one more thing. Keep calm. Spin on. Peace.